Greetings, everybody, and this Sunday, where it's another grey day by the looks of things. And we do seem to go from these extremes of beautiful sunshine to suddenly there's rain, rain, rain. But it's all good. And I'd just like to say thank you to Charlotte, who came onto my video yesterday and said a few words as well. So it's amazing when I've made this transition from Facebook to YouTube. Don't quite get so many likes and stuff at the moment, but please, if you are watching this video and you want to mention, say hi, and I'll gladly mention you. So it'll be my privilege. And sometimes I forget you, but I will always make that little sort of like mention when I do see it and do spot it. And it's just my way of appreciating all those who did come along. And it went up to the heady heights of 15 views yesterday. It's weird how the figures fluctuate. 1 minute it was kind of like over 50, then it went right down to sort of 8, then up to 15. It's quite like a roller coaster. I suppose it depends, just people happen to see it or they look at my profile, oh god, he's on one again, I'm not going to watch that rubbish. I totally get that. Anyway, I've waffled on for a minute, and let's get to what comes to mind today, and it's really about healing thoughts. My thoughts on healing, really. And it's curious, I had this discussion with somebody yesterday about that his healing hasn't had the effect that they was hoping for. And we can think that it can sort of like bring in these moments where we can help with sort of like broken limbs, debilitating conditions, addictions, and so forth and so on. And I'm going to use Reiki in this example. Yeah, it can certainly help. But sometimes we kind of think that this healing's going to have this massive, profound effect. It's going to stop that person from smoking, for example. It's going to, magically cure like a sort of like chronic heart disease or problems with breathing and throat disorders. Now, it can happen, but ultimately, there's a real important thing to consider. The person being healed's got to want to be healed, because the healing always starts with that person. So whenever any Reiki or whatever healing comes in, the way I see it, it's a key to unlock their own healing potential. Now, they may well say, no, not doing it, don't want to know. And we think, well, what's that then? And it could be that is their soul path, their soul lesson. And it's not for us or me or anyone else to impose my will or my desire for that healing to kind of like do what you expect it to. But I will always say this, that Reiki or whatever form of healing you do will almost 99% of the time give a kind of a boost at least. And someone said to me once, think of Reiki as giving someone a boost to their energy. Now imagine if that person has got in palliative care or has a chronic illness, and you come along and suddenly give them a little burst of sunlight. If there's just respite for 5 minutes, I'll take that. I'll be glad that that kind of healing has come in. And who's to say that's not just as precious to that person at that moment as completely curing them? Because that may well be their life path. That's the journey they've decided. All of us, when we incarnate, we probably pretty much know roughly how we're going to go. When our time's up, we kind of already this has been laid out for you. Of course, in our life, there are variables that come along, but we are a finite being. We are not. The body is not immortal. It's not meant to be. It's merely a vessel for this spark of life that's within us. And at the end, we go back to whence we came. And if we're good enough, we won't have to do it all over again. Anyway, that's another thought altogether. But that's just my thoughts today on healing. So for those sometimes who give a Reiki, wasn't all the bells and whistles I always thought it was going to be, don't knock yourself. You've made that intention. That person made that intent to work with you. And that in itself is quite healing in its own way. That's all my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the issue. Please put your thoughts below. And please, and also if you do like what you've seen, please like and comment in the sort of like box below or on my Facebook page and give us a wave. I really do appreciate it, and we'll try and grow this channel. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. 5 minutes is up. Much love. Enjoy your Sunday.